Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints.
On a gorgeous southern afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Atlanta, Georgia, and inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The Falcons take over first down.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some
I was
snacks.
just going to say.
That's where I go.
Spun away from one tackler, but really nowhere to go after that as they stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side.
Complete.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Back to throw now on 1st down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Taken down and
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
7-yard line.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So here come the Saints now for their first drive. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, We're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write, possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to John Ross. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the early lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, we've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up fourth. Now it's first.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Offense. This is unbelievable.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Taken down at the
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark there to make the grab. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
Steps away. He's going to take off with it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
Let's be frank, you hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage, but in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
The ball carrier.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 carries, 73 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. Now they try the right side here. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Falcons, nothing.
Now a handoff looking right. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not much there, only a yard. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory.
Good for the Falcons. First down.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well done from a safety to come up there at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle, too.
Yeah, he actually played into his position, didn't he? He's the strong safety. That means being near the line of scrimmage, cleaning up the run game, almost an extra linebacker, and he relishes the opportunities to put a big hit on a runner.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Makes the score Saints 21.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, like I said, he's looked pretty good to this point. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st down.
Get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable, and there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
2nd and 10.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Target, target, target.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Incomplete from the contact. Brings up 2nd and
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Now a timeout.
to number 87.
7 seconds left in the first half.
18 yards. First down, New Orleans.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Falcons 3.
And that's the risk of a long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. 20-17, your final. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they trailed the visiting Chiefs in that one. The Chiefs needing to hold on and win this one on the road to avoid falling to 0-2. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie. See what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. As you can see the score there, in the second quarter. Deshaun Watson, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Joey Slides.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Saints to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Right back to him on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Tackled at the 40.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. Running for it, here's Chubb. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
First down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now they try the right side here. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Butker on for the PAT. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly. The offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns, running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know? shorter drops. Maybe they're doing something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. He's going to take off with it. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Second and 2. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only gave up a first down and not a touchdown.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he will find his man on the outside. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Gonna go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
And it's third down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is going to have a Saints first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. John Ross with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And this offense continues to pour it on. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to keep it here. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Quarterback sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go. And
able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy. Means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after half. Having time to talk it over. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he's got room, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And taken right on the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Receiving team.
No!
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Two yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
It's 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's coming this way, Here we go, here we go.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Taking a deep shot here. It's caught inside the 25. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Saints.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Two yards left on 2nd down from the 9. The quick slant caught. And the Saints are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.